It's Week 5 of the 2028 season, and this one features the Saints, reigning league MVP. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Saints and the Panthers, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're off and running from Charlotte. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. And they'll be let out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Play action on first down. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They send a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Into the hands of Likely. Touchdown, Carolina! The Panthers take a 6-0 lead right away. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now we'll get a look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their 5th-year quarterback.
And when we look back at last week's win, Kate, pretty easy to see those 4 touchdowns had a lot more of an impact on the game than the 1 interception he threw. Wasn't quite perfect. I'm sure that pick will nag at him, but you'd welcome an encore of everything else he was doing in that ball game.
Catch made over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll run here on first down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Complete out to the right side. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. An extra corner into the game for the Panthers. Third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. He'll throw it yet again. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Saints start off well to tie things 7-7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Brooks. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Throwing from the gun here. This one finds Polk. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will get set to take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Looking to the air here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. They'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing it again here. Finds him on the slant. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of third down, they're now defending first and 10. First and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Here's a give up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Finds him on the crossing route. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Working inside the red zone. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Pass play now. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something.
You know what? Everybody on the field is going to make mistakes. The key is to clean that up as quickly as he can. Ball carrier loses possession, but he doesn't panic and lose composure. Instead, well, he hops on the ball and he saves the day.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
Nicotomney's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Just a field goal separates these two. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They have first and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. The Saints add a fifth defensive back here. Third down coming up. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Kate, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to author a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they're going to take over possession. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. First and 10 coming up. Airing it out to start this drive. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. alone back on the handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now an inside handoff to Brooks. And he has enough room to gain about 4. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 17. On the quick slant, it's Leggett. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Throwing now from the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. This finds likely. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the 1st half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Throwing deep for the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Completed to his running back. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. And now it's 2nd down. They are throwing it again. Still on his feet. He's running with it, and he gets this forward to the 19.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints make it a 9-point advantage. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Panther offense headed out to the field. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Hands off here for Brooks. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here's 2nd and 11. Taken in by Likely. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at the vault. The Panthers trailing in the early going. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. They've got a man in motion. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The rookie out of Washington making that tackle.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB, you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on 3rd down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read by the defense.
Bryce Behringer on now to punt. And they could really use a good one here. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Saints and this running back headed back out for a new series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Throwing it to start this drive. We've got a screen to the running back. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. The Saints calling for a timeout, their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He fires one deep down the left sideline. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Finds him over the middle. And he's gonna go down right along the midfield stripe.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this is the punt you want every time. It bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from his own end zone. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. On the give, it's Brooks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and
Moore going in motion left. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. John, we'll catch up with the rest of the league later. Let's go right through halftime and on to the start of the 3rd quarter. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The Saints offense ready to start this 3rd quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a 1st down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Hits his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From midfield now. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Setting up a throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
He goes right corner pocket there, but does get it to go through from deep. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
When you talk to kickers about kicking field goals of this length, they will tell you, Kate, you got to keep it a little lower and you got to drive it. but you still got to be accurate. Basically, all the pieces got to come together like they just did to hit from that distance.
The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 40 on second down. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Pass didn't work on second. Let's see how that affects this third down. They're throwing it. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On first down, here comes Brooks. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up second and 7 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing from the gun here. Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
They're going to throw it on third and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks, well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign, well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Back to throw on first and 10. That one's complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Second and 6 coming up here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Dump off caught by his back. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That's good for 7 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up second and 3. Dropping back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, they'll run. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still second down.
So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. He's dropping back to throw. Catch made over the middle. Broke through the tackle.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Back to throw now, 3rd down. He gets this one to Nakua. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
First down, Saints.
Back now, pressure on its way. Throwing the out route complete. And he's taken down at the 30. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
And the Saints, first down.
They are throwing it again. Dumped off to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. When one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league. Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Third and 4 coming up now. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Number 3, the ball carrier.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
1st down from the red zone. Caught by his back. And he's all the way to the edge and out of bounds along the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
And the Panthers into the nickel set. 3rd down coming. Here's the throw. Hits him on the out route. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. Well, it's hard to call that the official moment that sealed this win, but up 16 here in the 4th, it's going to take a heck of a sequence of events to see this game tied back up.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Carolina offense headed out now. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Brooks on the give, headed right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Into the hands of Likely. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Now looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Collects this at the 32. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. An extra corner into the game for the Panthers. 3rd down. He's going to throw this one. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints making a 3-score game in the 4th. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Group B to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints stretch the lead to 23. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Completes it to his running back. Here's Jonathan Brooks. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it'll give the Panthers a 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, this is one of those times and moments that even though it's been years and decades, I can still hear the great Mike Holmgren saying to me, after I tried to scramble as a QB that couldn't really run like our guy today, and he would say, "Oh, Brock, bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart." And really what he's saying is, don't ever try that again.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
This one finds Polk. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. And absolutely no chance of getting the yards he needed. He's brought down well short, and they're going to turn it over on downs.
You go for it on fourth down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them the possession.
The Saints ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. Ball at the 33 for first down. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lone back gets the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Going to the ground again on first. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They give it to him again. And he runs it across, touchdown! The Saints keep adding to that fourth-quarter lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Panthers set to take the field. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This finds Likely. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll throw it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Saints will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, we all know, Brock, those slot guys start piling up receptions, and that makes them a priority target for the defense.
Yep.
They kept someone nearby, and they pick off that check down.
Yeah, if a play breaks down in today's football, like back in my day, last century, right, you checked it down to the running back. That's not the case anymore. These slot receivers, well, they're as big a security blanket as running backs are, but the defenses, to your point, Kate, they figured it out too. And that defense, well, they didn't just figure it out in their head, they went out and executed with their bodies to take it away.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's a handoff up the gut. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
brings up 2nd and 5.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
So this a win on the road for the Saints. And they take their first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say so long from Charlotte.